I will just like to go through some basic techniques of storytelling and simple animation, using our scary monster as an example. In the first screen, there will be the monster placed in the landscape. This is to give the context and the introduction to the story. The next screen is much more close up, which will be like the monster talking to you, more being more directly, maybe giving you or the child an assignment or something. In this case, I want to make a connection between the monster and this small cottage behind him in the landscape. And this is done with a simple animation. In this case, we want to indicate that there is something or someone in the cottage that the monster is kind of in love with. We'll come back to the animation. The next step is closer to the cottage or the house where things are happening. A little bit different than the previous image, but still, this is just an example. And again, there is something happening, a creature coming out, and a kind of a conversation that ends up with a specific assignment. I see that this should be the other way around, being far away, a bit closer, and then going into the conversation. But okay, back to the first frame. I've used just again as an example a simple animation. We'll bring up the animation tool. This could be this could be done in PowerPoint as well. This is done in Google Presenter. And it's really simple. This image is faded out when the user clicks. So it will be like this, changing the image, altering the scene. But it's really simple, but it kind of works, changing the creature from one scene into to another. And as long as the creature holds its position, it's also easy to keep the attention towards the creature. Going to the next slide. This is actually basically just going from one picture to the other, but it will be like clipping into a closer view, which of course will be much more, if not personal, it will be more focused and asking for the child's attention. In the next frame, I would like to make this focus from the creature onto the cottage behind, and we can see the animation I made. It's really simple. The heart indicated by the creature. The small heart flashing above the cottage, and a very obvious link when this half transparent heart is placed above the cottage. And of course, this should be added onto with a story that you speak in sound. Next image, just a way of coming closer to the cottage. We're introduced to a door. We can kind of wonder what's behind it. And again, there is an animation, like opening the door, fading just into black, and then the creature or another character coming out like this, and some kind of conversation with this character. And of course, you being in a group, you can stage different characters that have a conversation that kind of brings your story or the task that you want to give to the children along. In this case, there is a further animation. We're talking to this character. He disappears, and then the final assignment is kind of there by some map coming up that you have to investigate. This could be any kind of a task that you want your story to end up with.